am live. Here comes Chelsea. Hi. Hello. Hello. You okay?
Yeah, I mean, work wasn't fun.
Uh,
I honestly wanted to quit at that point. I was like, nah, I'm done.
what happened?
I went in and basically the lady that works on my floor was like, um, first of all, she was like to me, oh yeah, can you go down to fitting rooms? Because literally I had an entire fucking rail for kids' floor. I'm like, she's been in since 8 a.m. She could have gone down there. I started at 3.
Oh
So I had
God.
to do that, and then she decided to moan and was like, she was like to me, she's like, "What happened last night?" And I was like, "Nothing. Like, I did my job. I don't know what you're on about." And then she was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, like the sale area looked like a shithole," and I was like, "I fucking cleaned it." So this is the second person to basically tell me that I've left my shop floor like a shithole, which I know I never, because I fucking
Yeah.
walked around it. So like tonight, I literally did like 20 fucking laps of the shop floor before basically we got called up to grab our shit. And I was like, if they say anything to me when I go in on Monday, I'll just go look back at the cameras. I've got my fucking phone on me, which they'll probably tell me off because I'm not meant to have it, but I could do shit. But I literally did laps of that shop floor and I was like, there's fucking nothing on the shop floor. Everything is where it's meant to be, but they'll probably find something to moan about
Yep.
because they hate me for no what reason.
Uh, any luck with securing another job? I know it's a bit of a stupid question because you haven't
I've
said
got a job
anything.
interview tomorrow, and then I've got one Wednesday, and then a trial shift next Saturday.
Is it for IT or?
The one for tomorrow is literally just a receptionist in a casino because I applied for it ages ago. Forgot I even applied for it until they phoned me while I was in work the other day. And then the other two are sort of front of house, like restaurant work.
Ah, yeah.
They weren't ideal, but it was just like, it's something, it's better than nothing. But they were both part time. So the only issue is obviously those hours wouldn't be ideal. I could technically work them around each other, but it depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got the lady gave like the one for tomorrow. It was either I had to do it tomorrow or Monday, and I was like, well, Monday I can't do because I'm in work. So it was like, yeah, it's gonna have to be Sunday.
Yeah.
My only issue is my stepdad goes to that casino, so if he ever phones up, if I get the job, he's just gonna hear me down the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, because he kind of goes there sometimes, not all the time, but he does go there occasionally. And I already applied for a job there like ages ago and didn't get it, but I kind of know why I didn't get that one.
Yeah.
Because I applied for a poker, like to be like a poker dealer down there, like I think like last year, like it was way before like yeah, it was last year before I started with Matalan. I know I didn't get that one because I couldn't remember, like I have played poker before, but it had been a while since I played it. So like there's a lot of rules that you have to know, and like some of them I don't remember. Some of them I do, but not all of them. So I kind of knew I didn't get the job because of that, not because I wasn't qualified enough.
Yeah.
But they said to me when I went to that interview, like because of being a poker dealer, they were like, "Oh, do you know anyone that comes to this casino? Any of your family come to this casino? Because it would have caused an issue for me in terms of like I wouldn't be able to basically work that night that they turn up."
But how come?
Because like their policy is basically you're like if you're a poker dealer, like you have to strictly like not know anyone that goes to the casino because they then think that you would give like the good sort of cards to that family member. So they would say, they said to me like if I did get the job that whatever night he turned up, I wouldn't be allowed to work, which I was like,
Uh,
it's fair enough, but it would have just meant like obviously you're down money in a sense.
yeah.
But if it's a receptionist, I wouldn't see how that would be an issue because it's not like I'm going to deal with him in any way, shape, or form in terms of on the table. It's only really if he phones up and asks, like, sort of how much buy in is, because that's mainly what people ring up for and like what events are on.
Yeah.
Because they do like poker nights, but obviously a lot of people don't know what nights they're on or like how much you have to pay to like basically like be able to play.
Yeah.
So that's really all people would ring up for. But I'm kind of like, I think that one's full time. So I kind of would rather that one just because it's not that far, obviously, from Liam's that I could basically walk there and walk back every night
Yeah.
and not have to worry about transport. Like, even though I have to walk across, I have to walk across like Cardiff Bay, like Barrage, but I don't really mind walking across there. I've walked across there in the night before on my own.
Yeah.
It's just more I had to use like my torch for some of it because it's quite a dark sort of like basically like walk. There's not really much street lights for a lot of it, and then the rest of it is fine. It's just for a good portion of it, like I would probably have to use even my phone torch or just buy a torch,
Yeah.
which isn't really that bad, but it's like it would be more easier to be local enough that I don't have to travel.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to see what happens.
What about Liam? Is Liam having any luck or?
He's had a few interviews, but a lot of them he hasn't heard back from, or like he did have a couple of rejections when we were at his mum's, which he didn't obviously take them very well. But yeah, it's kind of
No.
like we're both like his mum and stepdad know that we're trying, but it's just kind of like yeah, there's only so much that we can do.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, there is, isn't there? There's only so
But
much you.
yeah, we're all like we're kind of like we're both looking as much as we can. Obviously, I've still got Matalan for now, but it's like not ideal. I think really where I want to be right now.
Yeah.
With how they're being towards me, like they're lucky that they have any staff left because we've literally got not that many staff in store because a lot of people have left
Yeah.
because we had one girl's gone back to her home store, she's probably not coming back. Another guy is leaving, another guy's already left because he's starting uni in September in Bristol, so he was like I don't need the job kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then one girl's dropped her days to she can only work 1 day a week, but she may completely like drop Matalan because me and someone else was like to her because she gets more from the other job than she does with us. We were like, well, what's the point? If you can do all your hours with them, you may as well do it with them.
Yeah.
And then she was thinking about it, and she was like, I was like to her, I goes, well, you get better, and she gets a better incentive with her other job because they pay for her like uniforms, so she gets like I think it's something like £200 that she can spend on like outfits for work. So
Yeah.
we were like to her, you get better incentive than we do here. Yeah, yeah, may as well just leave. I'm like, they were already in the WhatsApp chat this morning looking for cover for 3 different shifts today. No one responded because no one wanted them.
Uh,
They messaged at 8, like 8:30 this morning, being like, "Oh, we need a cover for 11:30 to 7:30 tonight." No one responded. Then, like about an hour later, she's like, "Oh, we need like 10 till 7:30." This was like gone 9 something, and I was like, "Well, no one's gonna get there in literally barely any time unless you live close enough to work." And then she messaged again, being like, "Oh, I've got 2:30 till 11:30." And she's like, "I really need these shifts covered, guys." And I'm like, "You've left yourself with barely any staff. Like, that's on you. None of us,
yeah.
none of us have to drop our shit for you. Like, none of the like 2 of the managers aren't in, so it's like they're not there. The stand-in manager, freaking someone needed her yesterday. Was she in store? Was she fucked? She was somewhere else. We're fucking radioing her, doesn't respond, and we're like, where the fuck is she? Because normally you're like, oh, they're in the office somewhere. So one of us went up to the like office to try and get her. She's not even in store, and we're like, we're fucking radioing you.
Yeah.
And we were all like going, oh, this is fun. But like, I went to pee, and because I was 10 minutes in the time of me taking pee and to get back to the shop floor because the lift takes fucking years. Like they're going to me going, where have you been? I'm like, can I not pee now? Is it fucking school? Have I got to ask to piss? Have I got to radio you and ask to piss now? I'm like, what are we, fucking school? Have I got to radio you fucking piss? And they're like, no, but it doesn't take you that long to piss. And I'm like, don't know how long it takes you to piss. I was like, I don't have to explain why it takes me the time it's taking me. Well, why am I explaining myself to you for? Like, what do they expect out of me? I'm like, oh, God, I'm like, takes me however long it takes me to pee. One lady get literally angry at me earlier, and I'm like, I honestly just didn't, I couldn't deal with it. I'm just like, it's not my problem. I'm like, take it up with the manager if you like. Fucking radio you one. Because they've like the toilets still aren't obviously open, and everyone still gets pissy about it because the toilet signs are still up, even though I've asked for them to be taken down multiple times. And then people go, why don't you have a toilet? And I'm like, fucking COVID was a thing. They didn't really want to reopen them. And I also made it clear if they reopened them, I ain't fucking cleaning them. I don't get paid for that.
To be honest with you, though, I wouldn't want to clean them neither.
Oh no, one of
especially
the
with
managers
COVID.
was like to me, he's like, how would you feel if we reopened the toilets on kids' floor? I looked at him, I goes, their toilets. I looked at him, I goes, don't expect me to fucking clean them just because I'm recovery staff. I'm like, I don't get paid. It's like, it's not in my job description. I don't get paid enough to fucking clean them. You pay me £11.44 an hour. I ain't fucking cleaning them. I was like, certainly ain't fucking cleaning them. I was like, you get cleaners. You're gonna have to hire a cleaner if you want to reopen them. I'm not doing it. I don't want it. And he was like, but what if we asked you to? I'm like, I'd say no. I was like, I'd still say no. I'm like, not doing it. Not doing it. And then I had a lady get mad at me because I wouldn't go and look for an item for her because I knew we didn't fucking have it and I wasn't going to look. I was like to her, I goes, we don't have it. And she's like, you must have ones in the back. I'm like to her, everything we have, we technically are meant to put out. We're not really allowed to put anything in back of house. It shouldn't really be there unless you have a valid reason of why it's up there. They get mad otherwise. I think the only thing from kids' floor that's not on the shop floor is there's a few, like, loads of like schoolwear stuff, but like I've tried to put some of it out. Some of it's still in back of house, but they know that. And then odd baby items, but other than that, everything's pretty much out. But this
Yeah.
lady was having none of it. She was like, "You must have it," and I was like, "You can go to the other fucking Matalan if you like and fucking check there. We don't have it. I'm adamant we don't." I had a lady literally show me her phone the other day because she was adamant we had an item, and I'm like, "It's not in store. Literally has the word of online." Don't know how many more fucking clearer I can make it. I'm like, how stupid do you have to be?
Some people are just stubborn though, aren't they?
Oh no, I get people call me from halfway across the shop floor and they just do this to me. And I'm like, one guy did it to me and I literally just walked the opposite direction. And he comes walking to me and he's like, "I'm talking to you." And I'm like to him, yeah, I was like to him, "If you do this to me from across the fucking shop floor, I'm not gonna fucking talk to you." I have people that come towards me and they'll be on a video call with a family member, a fucking friend, boyfriend, who fuck knows. And they try and talk to me while the other person is still talking to them. And I just turn around and I go to them, I'm like, I'm not doing it. You either end the call, put it on hold, or I just don't. I'm not bothering. I'm like, I ain't having a conversation with two people. Because I say we don't have something, and then their friend will go, "They must have it." Are you here? Have you been here? No. Then you don't know. I had a guy literally call me from halfway across the shop floor, and I'm just looking like, I don't want it. I'm like, you can walk to me like a normal human being. Why have I got to walk to you?
Precisely.
I had a lady literally fucking 3 times. She's like, "Do you work here?" I'm looking, going, "No, I'm in fucking work. I'm in Matalan uniform. Fucking nothing. I bought it off eBay. Of course I fucking work here." And I'm like, I get that on literally a daily basis. I think yesterday I got it. Like I was in from 11:30 till 7:30. I think I got it every single hour. And I'm like, I literally turned to a lady in the end. I goes, "You're probably," and I quote the fucking 500 fucking person that said it. "Of course I work here. I'm in uniform. I've got a fucking lanyard on. Will you stop asking, do I work here?" I'm not. I'm just moving random items of clothing for fucking nothing. Or I'm holding items. Of course I work there. Not by choice.
Well, obviously you work there, don't you?
I'm just like, no, I'm nicking shit. I'm like, fucking hell, the amount. Oh no, yesterday we had one guy that came in and he nicked about 6 packs of bedding. Don't know what he's going to do with that. Probably eBay it. I don't know. Vintage, who knows? But he nicked a load of bedding and they're going, "Oh, how did this happen? This shouldn't have happened." And I'm like, because no one's on homeware floor. That's why. You put everyone on every other fucking floor, but there is no staff member on homeware floor. So it's a pretty much carnage of steal what you want. You want it, you can have it. Walk out the door with it as long as we don't see you. You're fine. We have a security lady, dear Jesus Lord Jim, may as well fucking not bother. She does fuck all. And I quote, nothing. The thing will beep and she'll still let you walk through it. I'm like, she's meant to check, but she don't.
It's not good, is it?
No, she stands there all day. And I'm like, the freaking thing beeped about fucking 6 times. Like, this couple just, like, every time they kept walking out, it just beeped. So I'm like, I don't know if it's something that they bought in our store. Like, some people will go to Primark first and then come to us. And obviously, their security tags are the same as ours. So theirs sets off our security thing and vice versa.
Yeah.
And, like, we have, like, the same radios as them. So sometimes, like, I've spoken to Nicola's cousin before because obviously I've been like, "Oh, is so-and-so, like, come in within the last, like, 10, 15 minutes?" Because obviously our alarm's going off. So we have to check that they haven't nicked anything from them or us.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I did just serve them. It's fine." And I was like, "All right," because it's just setting off our alarm and freaking Ikra does fuck all. And I'm just like, why are you here? Why do we have you? You do nothing. She literally just stands there and does fuck all. And I'm just like, she does my head in because occasion, like, she will radio sometimes for the randomest shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you radioing for now, Ikra? What do you need? It's worse when she describes shoplifters, and most of the time it's just a normal fucking person that's actually buying something. It's not someone that's trying to nick something. She described a lady and she fucking walked past me on Kids School turns at me and she's like, is she describing me? And I'm looking, I can't fucking say yeah, and I can't say no. But obviously she can hear my fucking radio, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Mm.
But she knows it's about her. And the lady goes, I'm not a shoplifter. I'm like, you can fucking smile at Ikra and she thinks you're fucking dodgy.
Mm.
Why I don't smile at her, I just go, hello. And that's it, because I just thought, like, so want to give you any ideas, Ikra? I'm a shoplifter, I ain't good at it, fuck all. I already get that from people at work, because the guy that I hate that was on a close tonight, if you buy anything, he physically has to look at your receipt as if you're gonna fucking nick shit, but he does it to only me. Yeah, doesn't do it to anyone else, only does it to me. If I buy something and he's on a close, he literally has to physically pry the receipt off me. And he's like, I need to make sure you paid for it all. I'm like, of course I fucking paid for it. What the fuck do you think I did? Just shove it in my bag? I'm like, I don't like you. You don't like me. Don't fucking know why, because I've never done anything to him.
Exactly.
Within my first 2 weeks of being there, he did a random pocket search on me, randomly during my shift. It was awkward because there are people shopping on kids' floor, and he all of a sudden was like, oh yeah, can you empty your pockets? This lady's looking at me, and I'm having to literally empty my fucking pocket. My phone is on the inside of my jacket pocket that I forgot I left it there. And he's like, well, that shouldn't be in your pocket, should it? I'm like, everyone else has their phone. Don't see the fucking issue. But he did that within the first 2 weeks, and then he fucking like started random other shit. And I'm just like, every shift he just makes it worse. So I just try and avoid him. I try and stay on whatever floor they put me on and just don't leave unless I have to. Because I know he'll moan and say something.
Yes. Yeah, it's annoying then, though, isn't it? You know?
Well, yeah, because I'm like, I've never done anything to him. And I was just like, he's literally made the entirety of the time that I've been there so far literally like shit. I hate when he's on a close. I like when he's at the other store, because some days he does the other Matalan store, so we don't see him, which is nice.
Yeah.
I don't have to see his fucking smuggy fucking face, because he thinks he's everything, and I'm just like, he was like to me once, he was like, you have to follow my rules. I'm like, you're not a fucking manager, you're a fucking key holder. You get an extra 50 fucking p after 5 p.m. That's all you make, is an extra 50p each hour. Fucking 50p is nothing. But you think you're untouchable, and that's what I hate about him. It's like, he would be like to, you have to follow what I say. No, I don't. I don't like. And like, he's spoken to me literally like shit in front of people, and even like Mags at work, she works on like tills, and even she's been like, the way he speaks to you is vile. Like, she's like, how he thinks that's all right to speak to you like that is beyond me.
Yeah.
And she was like to me, oh, you should complain. I was like, if I tell Reese loves him. Like, he could do nothing wrong in Reese's eyes. Reese literally backs him up and is like, he wouldn't do that, he wouldn't do this, he wouldn't do that. I'm like, you didn't even write up an accident form for me when I hurt myself at work.
Oh,
when
God.
he should have. Because like, I rang in ill, like, I think like a day or 2 days after I did it, because I was in immense pain. I was like, I can't lift anything. I couldn't bend over. I couldn't do fuck all. So I was like, there's no point me being in work. So I rang up and was like, oh, like, I'm not going to be in for my shift today. Obviously, I explained to that person on the phone, because they weren't there when I did it, what happened. I came back in and she was like, oh, was an accident form written up for it? Because she was like, I can't see one. And I was like, well, James was on shift that night. He should have done one. He never did one. So if I turn around now and complained and tried to take them to court, they've got no evidence to say that they wrote up an accident form and they were aware of it. They've got nothing. So they would have to pay me money. I'm not going to do it, but I was like, it doesn't look good on them when they didn't even do an accident form.
No, it doesn't, does it? It makes them.
And I did it at work. I smacked basically into a railing with my rib. Fucking hurt my rib as well. I was like,
Ooh.
it was bruised for ages because I rang the doctors originally because I was like, I literally like breathing, bending over, I couldn't do anything. So I was like, don't know if the doctors can do anything. And they were just like, oh, it's bruised. It's an internal. He was like, it's an outer and internal injury that will just heal itself. I'm like, yeah, sure it will. I was in pain for ages. I was like, couldn't do anything.
You couldn't do anything at all.
No, I couldn't even bend. Like even just bending like a little bit, like not fully bending, but even a bit, I couldn't physically do. Like it just caused me so much pain. I was like, how I couldn't even like even walking her. I was like, can't walk, can't do this, can't do anything. So I was like, I took one day off work and then I came back. And they literally the day I came back, they wanted me to do delivery. And I looked at them and was like, I fucking walked into the shop railing. I can't lift anything. I can't fucking bend. How do you expect me to do delivery on my own? I can't bend over. I can't do anything. I'm like, do you not understand if I hurt my rib? Did you not understand?
Well, they clearly don't, do they?
Oh no. It was like yesterday, like they made me come in early. I was meant to do like 3:30 till 7:30. I had to do 11:30 till 7:30. I did 9.5 hours shift. I had breaks, but freaking 9.5 hours. I wanted to end my life. I was like, why am I here?
Bloody hell.
I was like, why am I here? Also, popped my ankle bone out probably about 50 times, give or take. My ankle bone just pops out now. Like,
Bloody
and
hell. It's not good, is it?
I had one lady go to me because I sat on the floor and I'm basically pushing against underneath my ankle bone and where my ankle bone is. And the lady's like to me, she's like, right, she's like, what are you? She's like, what are you doing? I goes, oh, my ankle bone popped out, so I'm just popping it back in. She looks at me and she's like, are you all right to still be working? I was like to her, I goes, I've got no choice. I was like to her, looked at the time, I was like to her, I goes, I don't finish till 7:30. She's like, what's been here till? I was like, since 11:30. I was like, I was meant to start at 3. They made me start early. So I still got hours and I was in immense fucking pain. I was like, what can I do? I was like, work don't care, they won't send you home fucking early. And if you ask to go home early, their response is no.
It's not a good attitude, though, is it?
Oh no, their response is we need the staff. I'm like, well, fucking staff don't want you, obviously. I'm like, we've got barely any till staff, so every fucking day, all you hear is a tannoid announcement going, can we have till support, please? No, you can't. Probably no one in the store that's fucking till trained. If they are, they're probably incompetent as hell. So they're probably incompetent and don't know what they're doing.
Well, clearly not.
Oh no, they had me size ordering fucking clothes yesterday.
Oh, God.
I had to size order every single item of clothing. And I'm looking at them going, there's no point me size ordering it because it does not matter whether it says fucking age 2, age 7, age 10, who fuck knows. Everyone's going to put it back the wrong fucking way anyway. It makes no difference. And the only reason why they want me to do it is because we're meant to have a visit from the big boss next week. She don't give two fucking shits. She literally walked around my shop floor last time for all of about 20, not even 10 minutes. Gave me the most dirtiest look ever. And I'm like, I've never seen you before. And I'm like, she is not gonna care whether my shop floor is literally in size fucking order. And if she does, she can do it herself.
Exactly. Well, we got 2 people in watching us. I don't know who they are, but
I'm like, if the lady wants to do it, I can size order it. I honestly wanted to end my life. I was like, why the fuck am I size ordering shit? Because no one gives a shit. I had one lady literally ask me 20 fucking times, why does it say 19 something on every t-shirt? I'm like, it's a Taylor Swift album. I don't know. Don't like Taylor Swift. I fucking hate her. The fact I'm in work. oh no, I'm in work when she's in town. I'm fucking dreading it because all I'm gonna fucking hear when I go past the fucking stadium is Taylor Swift, and I'm honestly gonna be like, can I get in there just to end her? Just bye bye Taylor. I'm like, "Yeah." But this lady's like, why is it on everything? And I'm like, I don't know, we're selling it. That's why. I don't know. This is wiser than you. It's just on the shop floor. She's like, it looks a bit tacky down there. And I was like, everyone has a different taste, I guess. There's some clothes on fucking kids' floor. I honestly think, what fucking kid is wearing that? I had one lady get pissy, and I quote, because there was Peppa Pig on a t-shirt. I was like, it's a fucking kid's t-shirt and it ain't a t-shirt for you. I'm sorry, it's got Peppa Pig on it. She's like, why has it got Peppa Pig on it? I was like, there's a top with fucking Dora the Explorer on it. I don't know. They've got characters on them. I was like, we got fucking Hello Kitty now. I was like, what else? What do you want from me? And then she was like, there's ones for boys, and she's like, it's got a Disney car on it. I goes, yeah, because little boys like freaking Lightning McQueen. I was like, I'm not them. And then she's like, why is there a SpongeBob one? I was like, because maybe people like SpongeBob. Not you, obviously, Karen. You don't like SpongeBob. And she's like, but it's SpongeBob. And I was like, yeah, because he's sponge. So what do you want from me? Like the amount of people that are literally a Karen, and I'm like, are you all right, Karen? Do you need help? They're just annoying when they ask this, like the most easiest question, or they're like, why is this on something? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I didn't design it. I didn't make it. I have one lady that goes, well, that's not a girl's t-shirt, is it? It had fucking Pikachu on it. I looked in there and I was like, I just wanted to see what she said. I'm like, why is Pikachu not a girl for girls? She's like, because it's for boys. I was like, it's fucking Pikachu. I'm like, oh, are you one of them where, you know, boy has to wear blue and a girl has to fucking wear pink, and because there's girls' items that are blue, she's like, that's not right. I was like, what? Because it's blue. That's why it's not right. I was like, we've got something that's fucking green. Are you going to tell me that's wrong as well? For fuck's sake, I'm like, one of them. And like people, and I'm like, they don't stop there. She's like, well, that's not for boys either. There's freaking Baby Yoda, and she's like, that's not for girls. I was like, are you going to tell me it's for a boy? Because it's got fucking Yoda on it. I'm like, we're going to go there now. I know. It's like, we've got Barbie shit in. And we've got ones for babies now. Oh, she even went for that, and she's like, that's not good for a baby. I was like, why? They're a baby. They have no fucking choice what they're wearing. And I quote, because they're a baby, they can't speak. They can't tell you can't dress me in this. They're a fucking baby, Karen. And she's like, but it's Barbie. It's not suitable for a baby. I goes,
have you ever called question? If you ever call them like Karen to their faces?
Yeah, I was like to a lady. I was like, are you all right, Karen? She's like, my name's not Karen. I goes, you're being a Karen right now, so your name is Karen. And I was like, I don't see what people's issue are. I was like, if you don't like it, fair enough. Keep your opinion to yourself, though. I was like, there's multiple baby items. I'm like, they're going. Your baby doesn't have a fucking choice. You'll dress it in what you want to dress it in. If you want to dress it in a dinosaur fucking costume, you can. Your baby can't say no unless it gets to a point where it speaks. Then fair enough. Otherwise, I'm like, does anyone give a shit what it's wearing? No. Probably not. Apart from the Karen. He's like, that's not good for a baby. I'm like, nothing seems good for you. Usually. We're just like, that's not good, that's not good, that's not good. And I'm like, fucking hell. We get one lady that comes in every week without fail. And every week she's like, "There's no staff. You'll be closed soon." And I'm looking at her going, "Why do you come here then? You just come here to moan." And we'll get one lady that brings her dog. She brings her fucking chihuahua. And I'm
Oh.
just like, I literally goes to her once. I'm like, I will fucking kick the little rat on a lead. I called it rat on a lead. And she's like, "It's my chihuahua." I goes to her, I goes, "What are you, Paris fucking Hilton? What are you gonna do? Carry it around in your fucking handbag?" I was like to her, I goes, "It's rat on lead. Don't like chihuahuas. They're just annoying. They just bark and they think they're the shit." I'm like, "I could kick you. You're bit like yay big. You're a chihuahua." I don't know why she has to bring her dog. Also, we're not really supposed to have dogs in unless they're guide dogs. But
Yeah.
we don't say anything to people. And I'm just like there going, what if someone brings their fucking cat or their fucking other animal? Are we going to question that? This lady brings her chihuahua every fucking week. And every week she tries to have a go at me. And every week I'm like, "I'll kick your dog. I don't mind. I know it's animal abuse, but I don't like, I fucking don't like chihuahuas. It barks at fucking everything." It tried to go for my ankle once. I looked at her. I goes, "Karen, keep your dog away from me." I'm like, "Keep the fucking thing away from me. Like, if you're bringing it in store, it's got to be away from me. I'm speaking to you. I'm dealing with you. Keep it away." Because I can't promise that I ain't going to do anything to it. It's annoying. It barks. It's annoying. It literally barks for no fucking reason. I'm like, "You're a chihuahua. Any dog bigger than you would probably eat you." Like, I'd pay someone to literally eat that dog. Kill it. What? Why? I know. Weirdly, I had a lady go, she's like, "Do you think this will fit my cat?" And I'm going to her, I'm like, "When it's age 7, I said to her, don't know how big your cat is. Also, why are you dressing your cat in human clothes?" I'm like, "Animal clothes, fair enough. Human t-shirt, I don't know." Also, I'm like to her, "I wouldn't advise dressing your cat in a human outfit. Don't know if the cat will appreciate that. Fucking cat." I'm looking at her, I'm like, "If I did that to my cat, you'd fucking chew me. Fucking alive." And I'm like to her, I'm like, "Yeah, may I have to cut it? I don't fucking know." I was like, "It's only got armholes, so you're still gonna need." I was like, "Unless the cat's just gonna wear it on the front half." But I was like, "I don't know." She's there showing me fucking gallery photos of her cat. And I had to pretend as if I gave a shit, and I'm just like, "Why have you dressed your cat?" What? Are we going around dressing cats now? Just randomly? What cat's going to appreciate now? And the worst thing is, earlier a lady was moaning about a toy in the toy section. And I quote, "Because it's not suitable." I looked at her, I goes, "What is not suitable about the toy?" "I can't do anything about it because I don't give a shit. It's a fucking toy." And she's like, "I don't think that's suitable for a kid." I'm like, it's a fucking doll. I don't see the issue. Fucking baby doll. And she's like to me, she's like, and I quote, she's like, "Yeah, but it's not white." And I'm like to her, we have white ones, but we also have other coloured dolls. And she's like, "Yeah, but it's not right." And I goes, "Not everyone's white." I go, "Sorry," I goes, "You've been on the street today. How many white people have you seen?" I was like to her, I goes, "Does it matter to you? We sell dolls that are also not white." I was like, "What are you, racist? Because the baby's not white." I looked at her, I goes, "Do you say that to people's kids that you meet and go, they're not white?" What do you want from me? Oh no, I had a lady, like, literally, because I said we don't sell something, she literally looked at me, she's like, "Do you know where word?" I'm looking at her going, "I'm not in the market for that item." Please. Also don't give a shit. It's like, well, I don't know, because I goes right. I looked at her. I goes, I don't actually have kids, so I wouldn't know. And I'm like, she looked at me. She's like, I thought you had 3. I looked at her. I go, you take a fucking piss. Like,
Oh.
I looked at her. I go, I'm looking at her going, yeah, because I had my first one when I was fucking 12 or 13. Like, when I'm 26. How could I have had 3 by now? I'm like, well, yeah, unless I had one really young. No, I fucking don't. Wow, what the fuck? What's this on that? Oh,
Or you
I
could have
know.
had
I just
triplets, you
her,
never
goes,
know.
"Dude," I goes, no, I didn't. I goes, I'm also not on the market for that item. I was just like, yeah. When people buy the randomest of items. It was like at Christmas, because we had sold we sold no costumes for nativities, because, and I quote, we can't sell costumes that are holiday themed, because you're always upset one fucking religion of some sort. So we just didn't bother. And everyone kept going, do you have any? No. Try Tesco. Well, I don't know anywhere else but here. And everyone just kept coming in asking the same question. In the end, I just made a fucking sign. I was like, I can't be asked. Here's a sign. No, we don't. Don't ask. Because the answer's no. Like, the amount of kids at the moment that they keep trying to dress themselves, because we've got Disney dresses. And one kid's like, oh my God, Mum, it's Elsa. I'm looking at her going, no shit. Who else is it going to be, Anna? It's fucking Blue. The only other person it could be is Cinderella, and we've already got one. They look 2 completely different things. And the amount of kids that come to Kids Store now, like, oh my God, it's Minnie Mouse. I'm like, well done, kid. What the fuck do you want? Gold fucking star. Yes, it's Minnie Mouse. Well, Mickey's on the wall over there. And one kid's like, I want to touch Minnie. I'm like, no, don't touch Minnie. Leave her be. She can't say no, because she ain't got a fucking choice, but I can say no for her. One kid got so excited. She said, Mum, I want to take a photo with Minnie. I'm like, then go to fucking Disneyland. If you want to take a picture with Minnie, go to fucking Disney. It's literally just a fucking. It's literally just a. I'm like, he's full of light inside Minnie. He's not fucking human. And the weird thing is like, there'd be random kids that come up to me and they try and read my name badge.
Right.
And I had a kid that literally could not be any closer to me if they fucking tried. And I'm like, to the kid, I'm like, can you take a couple steps back, please? The kid's like, why? I'm like, I like my personal space without, tiny little child around, like literally fucking touching me. I'm like to them, I'm like, I don't like.
How did the kid then pronounce your name after you read your name badge?
They write to me, they're like, I'm like, they couldn't be any worse. Like, it wasn't even anything close. They're like, what does that say? I'm like, it says Chelsea. They read it as Chloe. I'm like, how does Chelsea and Chloe sound? I'm like, my name's not Chloe. My name's Chelsea. And then people, because I've got Stitch on my fucking lanyard, people are like, why is Stitch dressed weird? I'm like, because he's dressed up as Toothless. And Toothless is dressed up as Stitch. And then people are like, why? And I'm like, because I bought it, I don't know. Don't ask me. I had a guy that goes to me, he's like, the football team. He's like, were you named after the football team? He's like, was your dad a really big supporter? I looked at him, I goes, my dad's dead, so I don't know. He literally, after that, he didn't say anything. And I was just like, I don't know why everyone thinks just because my name's Chelsea, they're like, oh, must have been named after the football team. And then they're like, your dad must have been a really big supporter. I'm like, he's dead. He's not. I don't fucking know. He's not dead. I'm just like, he's dead. Don't ask me. Or I just go, I don't know. I'm an orphan. Who knows? I had one of the managers go, you can't say that. I'm like, people ask me, what do you expect me to say? I'm like, it'd be nice if people didn't read my name badge. Sometimes I turn it around so people just can't see it. I'm just like, what are you gonna do?
It's easier than there was no, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't really like half the time. I don't even see why people need to fucking know my name because fucking no one ever really refers to you as your name. And normally the only other time they want to know your name is if they're gonna fucking complain about you. And I just look at them and go, "I'll do it for you,
Mm.
save you your breath." Was there fun time complain about? I
I
mean,
mean, if I'm ever out and about and I bumped into you, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, Charles, did you get me?"
yeah.
Obviously.
Oh no, I got fucking told off because I let someone use my staff discount at work.
Did you?
Yeah. I was like, because I put my I scanned my fucking I scanned my card through and obviously it took money off because obviously it was my staff discount. And like I goes back up to like my floor and I get freaking called and they're like I just saw that you put your staff discount on this customer's transaction and I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you can't do that. And I'm like, I fucking know them. It's not like it's some random fucking weirdo that I've just said, yeah, use my staff discount. I was like, I don't see the fucking issue. It's literally like, yeah, their items should have been a lot more and it was a lot less. I was like, I fucking know them. And like, they're fucking asking me literally 20 questions going, how do you know them? I goes, well, I used to talk to them on the way to school. I was like, their kids didn't go to the same school as I did. Their school, like their kids went to a completely different school, but I was like, we used to always walk like sort of to school because they had to walk past my school to go to theirs.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, parents are friends. My mum doesn't speak to their mum anymore. She doesn't really see her, but my mum used to always speak to her if she saw her on the bus. So I was like, that's why I gave them my staff discount. Did it to someone else like 2 weeks later again. They're like, you can't do that. I'm like, come on, I don't see the issue. I'm like, if I want to give it to him, I'll give it to him. I was like, I'll give it to someone. I was like, I'll give it to Karen next time she comes in, shall I? Like, I don't see your issue. Staff discount. Fucking someone wants to use it. Let them use it. I'm like, who cares? It's fucking 10% discount.
Well, exactly.
I'm like, my discount isn't that much. Like at the moment, like they've given us discount, I think, until like Monday, which is like 30. But I was like, normally I either get 10 or 20%. I was like, it's not gonna knock off that much. And I was like, to be fair, I don't care if people use it. It doesn't cap at like only one person can use it for that week. You can use it multiple fucking times. So I was like, I don't care. I'm like, I really don't give a shit. I just said to Nicola's uncle the other day because he walked in and needed fucking shit for work, and I was like to him, I'll go just use my discount. I was like, if they fucking say anything, just walk. I was like, I'm giving you permission, just walk. I was like, he got discount off his shit. I was like, okay. And then they were like, who's that guy? I was like, my friend's uncle. He tries to kill me every week. And I quote, every week. He drives a bus, he tries to kill me every time. Every time he sees me, he's like, ooh, I try to kill you. I'm like, can you not for 1 week? I'm like, 1 week, just don't kill me. That's all I ask. Every week I'm like, yeah, am I going to see him? Am I going to die by a bus? More than likely, yes.
Oh, the joys.
I know, work is just annoying. I'm like, can you be any more annoying if they tried? Like, you want me to turn up for my shift, be nice to me, otherwise I usually could just go, you know what, I don't want it today. Can't be asked. But I answered my phone the other day on a shift and they were like, you can't do that. I was like, what if it's a family emergency? It fucking wasn't.
Yeah, but they don't know though, do they?
I was like to him, I was like, I was like to him, I was like, I literally, like, I was like to him, I was like, I don't see the fucking issue. Me having my phone. I was like to him, what if something happens? And they were like, well, nothing's gonna happen. I was like, it fucking did during my shift. And I didn't find out till hours fucking later.
Mm.
I'm like, I've missed a lot of shit that's happened because my great nan went into hospital one day during my shift. And my nan was like, I don't know if she's going to make it, kind of thing. Because the doctor wasn't entirely too sure. Because she's 90 odd, she stopped breathing for an extent amount of time, which they were like, isn't normal. But they were like, they didn't know whether she would do it again. Then Jasper stopped breathing. And I was like, fucking great if he fucking dies. That's all right. Someone has to tell Nicola that my cat's dead. I'm like, I've seen Jasper have a seizure. I'd be like, fine. I was on my own then when that happened, and I was like, fun. He's just literally going like this on the floor, and I'm like, it's fine. He doesn't fucking know if it's fine. I'm like, I don't think this is fine, but I'm like, I couldn't even bring him a vet because he's not registered with a vet.
Really?
Yeah, he used to be registered, like, well, he was only really registered to get like snipped and whatever, and then after that, I'm like, he wasn't registered. His eyes got bad because he basically had a third eye, so like all of his eyes were white where they shouldn't have been. And obviously, I was like to my mum, I was like, if you don't get him checked, he will fucking go blind because like he couldn't fucking see, Levin. He could only see like you could only see so much of his actual eyeball. The rest was literally just white. He's meant to take tablets that he doesn't like. My mum has to physically like close his mouth and keep it closed because he spat it out across the room because he was like, no, I'm not taking it because can't put it in his food because he knows he's not stupid. You're trying to hide it in his food. He will not eat it. He will not touch it.
Yeah, I was just going to suggest that. Why didn't you try and hide it in his food?
We tried to hide it in his food, and he knows if you put something in his food, like he's not stupid. He will know, so he just won't eat it. So you have to physically pop it in his mouth and then just go like this and hold it, because otherwise he will snarl at you. He will try to spit it out. He's like, no, don't want it, don't like it. And then he will literally look at you with the most evil eyes for about an hour after. And he's like, you made me eat that thing. Like, we're trying to fucking help you. But he's not registered with a vet, bearing in mind. My mum technically could get fined now because he's not actually. He is chipped, but his data isn't up to date. And if they find out, my mum gets fined 500 quid.
Yeah.
If she doesn't update it within like 30 days of them knowing that he isn't up to date with his address being correct. Because technically, he's still linked to my old house. So if he goes missing, that's where he's getting taken back to. And obviously, then she could get fined £1,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could technically tell on her. But to my mum, I'm like, you do know I could technically tell on you because you haven't updated it. You're supposed to update it when we move.
Yeah, well, anyone could do anything now, couldn't they? Because it's on the stream, so now pretty much people know about it.
It's kind of like I don't see why my mum didn't update it because it's not that hard to literally, like, all she has to do is go online and update it. She doesn't even have to phone the fucking people.
Yeah.
All she's got to do is type in his, like, he has like a barcode like number, which obviously I have the barcode number. All you have to do is type in that barcode number and then just obviously verify where he lives, just if he does go missing. Not that he goes outdoors. He doesn't like sounds. Like, he doesn't like loud sounds or really people. He gets scared of people he doesn't know. If he doesn't know you, he will literally he'll hide under a table or wherever he is. He'll try and find somewhere to hide. He's like, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're going to hurt me. I don't know if you're going to do this. Like, he didn't trust me for 2 months after we got him. He wouldn't come near me. Every time you tried to go near him, he'd cower into a wall or wherever he was. He was like, no, he wouldn't want you near him. And I'm like to my mum, even now, like, even though he's a lot older, he's still got that mentality of where he was abused from his previous home.
Yeah.
because the lady abused him, his siblings, and like the cat that obviously gave birth to all of those kittens. So like she never treated them very well. She had 4 adult dogs and 4 adult cats. They used to get locked in a kitchen all day. So she would be gone from about, like she said, she'd be gone from about 5, 6 in the morning. She wouldn't come home till late at night. And I'm like, how do you think that's right to have that many pets and not be there for them? I was like, if you're going to have a pet, you have to physically know that you have to be there for them, because otherwise it's not going to work.
No.
I'm like, Jasper is more needy now than he was when he was a kitten. Like, he has to be with you now. If you go anywhere, he will literally pine for you. He's like, where are you going? What are you doing? I went to pee, and he tried to stick his hand under the door. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, Jasper, I'm peeing. Like, go away. I'm like, I'm peeing. And he's like, no, human, I'm trying to save you. I'm like, I'm fine. Oh no, he had to come and sit in the toilet with me. I was like, I opened the door in the end. I was like, okay, fine, fucking come in. He's looking at me. I was like, I'm fucking fine. I'm on the toilet. I'm not gonna disappear. I was like to him, where am I going? Fucking Narnia. I was like to him, where do you think I'm going? Fucking Narnia, and leaving you. Fucking on the toilet. I'm looking at him like, I'm not sat in your litter tray when you're using the toilet. Like, what are you doing? Where are you going, Jasper? I'm like, I leave him be. Him, on the other hand, he's like, no, I must come with you. I must see you. Like, Jasper, I'm fine. Like, he, on the other hand, just says, no. I'm like, you're not fine, are you, Jasper? You just random. Oh no, he has a thing where he will not go toilet all day.
Oh God.
He will go toilet in the morning, and then he doesn't go toilet until my mum comes home.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like to my mum, I'm like, the thing is, he can go to the toilet. And I'm like, he waits all day, and my mum doesn't get home till about like literally 5:30, 6 o'clock. He will wait all day to shit. I'm like, what? Why are you holding your shit all day, you weird cat? I'm like, just go to the toilet. And he will literally, like, as soon as she comes in the door, he will shit, and then he expects the tray to be clean. And I'm like, you could have shat at any point during the day. Why have you waited all day to go to the toilet? And he looks at you if you haven't cleaned it within the 5 minutes that he stepped out of the thing. He will come get you and bring you back to the litter tray. And I'm like, yes, Jasper, you've done a shit. Well done. What do you want from me? Do you want a treat? You're a cat, not a dog. What do you want from me? And you can't move any of his things. If you move them an inch from where they are, he doesn't like it. He just looks at you. And I'm like, it's still in the same place it's always been, Jasper. It's just an inch to the left or the right. He doesn't like it. Has to be specifically where he knows it is. I'm like, you're all right. Like, I moved his bowl an inch and he wouldn't eat out of it. He just looked at me and I'm like, have I got to move it back to where it was, Jasper, for you to eat out of it? Moved it, he ate. I was like, are you taking a piss? What do you want from me? He tries to drink out my cup and I'm like, it's mine. I made it for me. He's like, no, I'm just going to drink your juice out of your cup. And I'm like, and then my mum's like, why aren't you drinking your drink? I'm like, because the cat just drank out my cup. Do I look like I'm drinking out of there? Oh. I'm like, Jasper's got a water bowl he don't drink out of because he doesn't want to. He has to drink out of a cup or out of the tap. You have to leave the tap running for him to drink out of it. And I'm like, you do have a bowl. I'm like, are you too civilized to use a bowl now that you've got to drink from the running tap or my cup? My mum had a coffee before and he's just dipping his paw in coffee. And I'm like, it's boiling hot, Jasper. Are you dumb? And he's just like, I'm just trying it, Jim, and I just want to see what it's like. I'm like, the cat's high on fucking coffee now. I'm like, if you wonder why the cat's running around like a million hours, probably because he had about 3 fucking cups of coffee. Just dip my paw in it. I'm just like, don't know why. Don't know what his thing is. It was like when he wouldn't let me put him out. He decided he set himself alight. And I'm like to him, I'm trying to help you here. I'm like, just stay still. He stuck his tail in a lit candle. His tail goes flames, and I'm like to him, I'm trying to put you out. Stop running around for like 2
Yeah.
minutes. So I'm like there trying to freaking literally like pour water on him, and I'm like to him, I'm trying to help you, because I'm like, if I don't put you out within the next 5 fucking minutes, you're gonna have burns on you. He still did anyway. I took him to the vet, and they were like, it'd be fine. In like,
Mm.
they were like, he should heal. He healed fine. They were like, if he was left any longer, probably would have been worse. And she's like, what did you do after it happened? I was like, you kept running away from me. And I'm like, I'm having to fucking shut every door and try and fucking guide him towards me, or kind of corner him that he can't run away from me. So like, I'm trying to help him, but he doesn't see it as you're trying to help him. He sees it as, I don't know what you're doing. Why?
Mm.
And I'm like, he keeps trying to eat the fish at the moment. He's like, ooh, fish. Because the fish tank leaked, and my mum has put the fish in something that the fish should not be in. And the cat keeps looking at them, being like, I'm just looking at them. I'm like, no, you're going to eat one, Jasper. Like, he will. If he's given the option, he will. As I said, I didn't think he'd jump in with Eric, but he did. I turned my back for fucking 1 minute. Next minute, I'm like, why is Eric freaking out? Jasper's in with him. I'm like, for fuck's sake. I'm like, get out of the Bavarian. Jasper's like fucking claws, everything doesn't want to come out. Eric's freaking the fuck out. I'm like, I'm sorry, Eric. I turned my back for fucking 1 minute. Fucking 1 minute, and the cat's like, no, must take this opportunity. I'm like, you can't eat him. I'm like, he's your friend, not food. I'm like, you're both different species. He's a bearded dragon. He's your friend, not food. Oh no,
Precisely.
he is not his friend. He would eat him if he could. He still thinks I'm like, I gave him a bit of spinach the one day because he was adamant that he liked spinach. Jasper licked it, made the most disgusted face ever, and I was like, don't like it, do ya? That's why I didn't give it ya. That's why I was giving it to Eric, and he's like, no, he can't have it. If Eric has anything that he does not have, he feels left out, and I'm like, that's what he eats, Jasper. You don't eat bugs. Like, you've ate I'm like, you've ate a moth before. I've watched him eat one. I'm like, well done, Jasper. He also ate a spider. He chased a spider for an hour and then ate it. And I'm like, don't think you're sleeping on my bed after you've just ate a spider. You're staying over there, Jasper. Like, you're over there. I don't want you near me. It's like when we had tarantulas, and he kept thinking that they were a toy to play with. I'm like, to Jasper, they would eat you. If I let one free, they'd probably fucking eat you, Jasper. Be lucky we don't have them. My mum made my stepdad get rid of them. Oh no, my mum did. My mum goes to my stepdad, you either get rid of them or she leaves.
Yep.
I was like, to my mum, I goes, really, you made him pick between his tarantulas, or my mum leaves him. Even though my mum's ignored him for the past week. And he's phoned me every day being like, can you get your mum to talk to me? I'm like, what have you done to piss her off now? What have you said to her? He keeps telling my mum that she's going through the menopause. And obviously, that pisses my mum off. I'm looking at my mum going, I'm like, technically, you're 50. I'm going to her, I'm like, you're 50. Technically, you could go through the menopause right now because you're 50.
Yeah.
She don't like being told it. I'm like, my nan went through it early. Like, my nan wasn't even 50 when she literally went through the menopause. And I'm like, my nan was fine. My mum, on the other hand, probably fucking won't be. The woman's angry every day anyway. So I'm like, it's going to make no difference. She's got nothing to be happy about. Nothing. And literally nothing. Not even my stepdad makes her happy. He just makes her pissed off. And then he's like, oh, you love me, really? I'm like, do I? Do I really? I'm like, no, I fucking hate you. I'm like, I had no fucking choice in the matter. They're still married. count? I don't fucking know. I don't see why they're married. They should have.
Yeah, they shouldn't have got married in the first fucking place.
They're not even happy. I'm just like, neither of you just didn't want to be alone. That's why you got married. I was like, it's not the fact that you love each other. They've never said the words "I love you" to each other once. My stepdad's like, we say "I love you" all the time. I'm like, no. The words my mum uses is "cunt, nobble, twat." What she call you? And he goes, your mum don't call me twat. I go, well, look. I starts laughing. He's like, what the fuck's funny? I goes, she don't call me twat. So it's like, I goes to him, I goes, get my nan on the phone. She'll tell you how many times my mum calls you twat. He goes, sure your mum hasn't told her own mother that I'm a twat. I personally rang my nan. I write to my nan. I'm like, oh yeah, I got Gareth and mummy. I goes, tell Gareth how many times mum's called him a twat. My nan's going, I don't know, I lost count after 50. I'm like, see, he calls you twat. I call you knob. He's like, yeah, mum loves me. I'm like, no, fucking don't. She ain't got a fucking choice. She may have married you, but she's stupid, that's why.
Precisely.
I'm like, they're both stupid. Oh no, what even makes me more thing is my mum still took a loan out for my stepdad's car.
Really?
Yeah, because my stepdad took a loan out originally for the car. He took out a lesser loan because he thought the car was meant to cost that amount of money. They came back and was like, oh no, the car's meant to be like, I think 15,000. So my mum had to take out the rest of the remaining loan for the fucking car. I'm looking at him going, technically that car's my mum's. Technically. My mum paid more than you did for the car. And he goes, your mum loved me. She bought me a car for my birthday. I was like, yeah, she did. She's still paying that fucking loan back. And if she defers on a payment, technically they can take that car back.
Yep.
I'm looking at my stepdad going, that's a smart idea, was it? And he was like, he goes, oh, well, me and your mum would buy you a car. I goes, no, you fucking wouldn't. I goes, with what money? He goes, my mum makes barely fuck all. She works for a student accommodation. I goes, you on the other hand, hide your money. But I was like, you ain't going to spend it on me. He gambled literally money that he wasn't supposed to, and my mum wasn't happy with him.
Like, why would he do that though?
Oh no, he did that before. He was meant to pay my mum rent money. He went to poker and he literally wasted all the rent money that he was meant to pay to my mum.
Did he?
Yeah. And he's done it recently. He said to my mum that, like, because he said, oh, they save up to go on another holiday. Because they went to Egypt twice. Back to literally the same. They've been to the same place twice in Egypt. Don't see why. They never fucking saw anything when they went there. There's no point. But he was like to my mum, oh, we're save up for a holiday. We'll all go on a fucking family holiday. He literally goes to my mum, he goes, her, him, my brother, me, and all of his kids. I looked at him, I goes, I'd rather not have the family holiday and just have the money, thanks. I was like, I don't want to go on a family holiday because it's not a fucking family. And also, the holiday is just going to be shit. I was like to him, I'd rather not. I don't really want to be around my stepsisters. Don't really like them very much. Because they all get what they want from my stepdad. And he gives in to them. And my mum hates it because they will literally ring him and they'd be like, oh, can I have 500? Like, one of them was like, Dad, my car's broke down. I need money for my car. Wanted 500 quid. He gave her 500 quid. 2 days later, she asked for 20 quid because she was going out with her mates. She just had 500 quid 2 days before. And then he gave her 20 quid. My mum's going, I thought we were meant to be saving for a holiday.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh yeah, we are, but my daughters are my daughters are important. And my mum's like, what, and my kids aren't? I said to my mum, I goes, I don't ask you for fuck all. I had like, before before one payday, I think I had literally about £2 in my account. And I had to last until payday. And I was like, I ain't asking anyone for money. Nicola knew I didn't have any money. And she offered to give me the money, and I said, no, I'll deal with the fucking money I've got. I'll just have to make do with what I have until I get paid. Because I had to buy things, and then there was money that was like pending out my account, and then they took loads that they weren't supposed to have taken. And obviously I was like, didn't have anything, and I was like, well, you're not paying for it. And then she was like, Nicola was like, yeah, but I want to help you out. And I was like, I'll deal with it. I literally get paid in 2 days. I can deal with what I've got. I said to her, I've got food in the flat. I just make do with whatever the fuck I have in the cupboard. I can't really buy anything. So I was like, literally scraping on money. And I was like, I don't turn around to my mum or my stepdad and ask for money, because they won't give it to me, and my mum will question where my money's gone. Because I know what she's like. She had a big bust up at me before I fucking moved. Because I had barely anything on my account, and my mum was like, oh, what are you buying for Nicola this time that you don't have money? And I was like, it's none of your business, and also I haven't bought her anything.
Exactly. Oh, bloody hell. It always seems to be something, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's like, literally, like, my stepdad, every time I go there, he's like, where's my 230 quid? Like, I don't owe, I'm like, you're not getting the 230 fucking quid. I was like, where's my 230 quid? When I get mine, you can have yours. Because he says I owe him rent money.
When you don't even live there.
Yeah, I looked at him, I goes to him, one, I barely stay here. I stay here once every couple of months, if that. And I goes, two, the only really thing I've got is a bedroom that I don't use unless I stay here, and not that much of my stuff is there. The only thing that's really there that I don't have is my PlayStation. That's the only thing that's really there.
Yeah. How come you didn't take your PlayStation to Liam's with you?
Because he's already because I got a PlayStation 4, but he's already got a PlayStation 4 as well as PlayStation 5. So I was like, well, I don't really need to take mine, because I was like, I don't really I really barely ever played mine anyway, because it got to a point where, because my internet's so bad, to update a game, it literally took 3 days just to be able to update a game and play it, because my Wi-Fi was that bad. So I was just like, well, I don't really need it. It sits under my bed at the moment, gathering dust. But I was like, if need be, I could sell it. It's not a big deal to me. I literally only paid 200 quid for it.
When you say it took 3, was you leaving it running? Was you leaving it on overnight and that?
Yeah, I really shouldn't have, because to be fair, I had 3 occasions where my PlayStation decided it came up. I'd never seen the issue before this, but it was like it came up with flashing error with literally red, and it was like, PlayStation is too hot, PlayStation will turn off. Instantly just turned off. It's like it cut the fucking power of it. Turns it back on, again does the same thing, turns it on again, same fucking thing. And the only other time I had that issue was I put Call of Duty in it, and it just didn't like the game. So I took the game back. I was like, fuck this, I can't even play the fucking game, because it's making my PlayStation too hot. Don't know why, don't know what it is, don't know if it was the disc. I explained to the people that obviously I tried it in my PlayStation. I said, never seen the issue before, but it goes that my PlayStation's too hot. Turns it off. So I bought a new copy, which was a completely different Call of Duty game, because I was like, I'm not even trying that one again. And ever since then, I never had the issue, but I'm like, I don't play it. It's literally there. And I was like to my stepdad, I'm not paying you rent money. I don't live here. Why would I pay you any money? And he was like, for the storage of my mugs. that I have in the house. I goes, what mugs that I don't use that you guys use, because they don't have mugs of their own.
Oh.
No, they literally don't have one mug that is their own. They use mine. And I'm like, I know they're mine, because half of them are either like design ones, and one of them literally says my name on it, because Nicola made me 3. And one of them was for graduation, which they constantly use.
When they shouldn't, really.
And I'm like, my mum broke a cup that Nicola bought me as well, and I had to go out and buy a new one. It took me a year to find it.
A year?
Yeah, because they didn't have it in stock, because it was from Card Factory. It was like, it's like a Mario like tumbler cup. It's like just plastic. My mum literally put it in boiling hot fucking water. It melted, smashed, melted. And she didn't just do it to one item. She did it to a bottle as well that I made, that literally melted. The top of the bottle literally just broke. And my mum was like, oh, I feel so bad. And I'm like, yeah, of course you fucking do. I literally had only brought it home literally the day before, and she broke it. I looked at her, I goes, I've literally just brought it home, and you break it. She broke 3 of my mugs, and one of them was one that Nicola made me, and I was like, I can't fucking get that back. I can't glue it back together because it's fucking shattered. And I'm like to her, I'm like, I don't use your shit. Why are you using mine just because you don't have any mugs? I'm like, go buy one. There's an Asda. There's a fucking Lidl not that far from our fucking house. There's a fucking Lidl.
Exactly.
But they use mine, and then they get mad. But I hid mine one time that I went back, and my stepdad's going, I need a drink. I goes, oh, have you got a mug for your drink? He's like, where's your cup? I was like, what do you mean, where's my cups? I fucking hid them. He was like, I need a drink. I'm like, fucking go get a cup then. You're not using mine. I was like, they're mine for a reason. I don't really want them broke. And then he goes, I'm being selfish. I was like, what? Because I'm not letting you use them. I was like, you don't let me use some of your stuff. But he told me I was selfish.
It's very rude, though, that is.
I know. I was like to him, I goes, what? Because I won't let you use a cup. I was like, it's mine. I was like, you break my stuff and then expect me not to get mad about the fact that you broke it.
And what did he say then?
He was like, oh, but we don't mean to break your stuff. I'm like, well, what? I was like, it's not an accident though, is it? I was like, fair enough, accidents happen. But I was like to him, like, my mum's broke quite a lot of my stuff, and it's not just one thing. Fair enough, I could see it as an accident, but when it's multiple things, like, quite often that's not an accident. That's purposely doing it. Exactly. I'm like, my mum's used Jasper as an excuse to try and get me back there before. So is my stepdad. He's turned around and said the one day, he was like, I'll get rid of Jasper because you don't care about him since you got a boyfriend. I looked at him and goes, that's my mum's cat. So you'll have to ask her if she agrees with that. And I said, what, you're going to punish the cat because I don't come back very often? I'm like, I already feel guilty every time I go back there and I leave him because I know that I'm not going to see him for who knows how long. And he doesn't understand he doesn't understand why I'm not there. Like, he only sees it as I'm leaving him and then he doesn't see me. And then my stepdad uses the thing of, oh, the cat doesn't remember you because you don't ever come up here. I'm like to him, I don't get days off back to back at work anymore. They give me a day off and then I don't get another day off until like days later. I'm not going up there for a day. I don't see the point mostly. I'm like, if I have work the next day, I have to wake up at like stupid o'clock to get the bus from my mum.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm on that bus for an hour. And then I've still got to get back to Liam's, and then I'm only at his for a couple of hours, and then I'm going back out to go back to work. I'm like, I don't want to. And my stepdad's bus fare is not cheap. It's gone up again. Bad enough when I had to go to the fucking doctors. It cost me fucking £6 just to get a bus. I was like, it cost me £4 before. Now it's £6. And I'm like, I'm on this bus for an hour. So if I need to pee, I either have to go before, otherwise I'm bursting for pee the entire way.
Yeah.
And that's not fun. I've done that journey before and needed to piss. And the entire time I've been like, I'm gonna piss myself at some point. Because I'm like, it's an hour bus journey because it goes here, there, everywhere. I know that bus I hate because it literally goes everywhere. It goes fucking Whitchurch, it goes fucking Tong Willis, Caswell. I'm like, can you fucking just not? Like, I don't want to. And the worst thing is, the one time I needed to piss, my bus broke down halfway. I had to wait for the next fucking bus.
Ooh, I bet that was painful.
The next bus didn't come for over a fucking hour. I needed a fucking piss in the end. I'm like, if this bus don't fucking come, I've still got ages to go until I need to go. I'm like, otherwise I'm going in the bush. Don't want to, but I'm like, that's my only choice. So I'm like, his buses are shit after a certain time, and I'm like, they're literally one every 2 hours after like 6. And I'm like, yeah, fun, great. And I'm like, it couldn't be worse time than when my bus broke down. I thought, oh, he's going to say 20 minutes, fucking hour. It's like, are you kidding me? I need to fucking piss. I'm going to Nicola, I need to piss. And she's like, why don't you go pee? I send her a picture. I'm like, because I'm here. I'm like to her, I'm like, because I'm here. She's like, what are you doing there? I goes, my bus broke down. She's like, when's your next bus? I was like, an hour. I need to fucking piss. I was like to her, I goes, there's not fucking, I was like, there's no way that I can go piss near me. So I was like to her, I'm going to have to go in the bush. Not ideal. What else did I have? So I'm like, in the end, I had to go in the bush. I'm like, great. My stepdad's like, why ain't you happy? I'm like, I had to pee in a bush. Didn't I? He's like, why did you pee in a bush? I was like, because I was bursting a pee. My bus broke down. It was that or piss myself. My option was I didn't want to piss myself. I didn't want to piss myself, did I? And
No, obviously you didn't want to piss yourself, did you?
no, and everyone, like, my stepdad's like going, well, he's like, why didn't you pee before you got on the bus? I'm like, I fucking did. But I was like, and I quote, that was over like 2 hours ago at that point when I got home. I was like to him, it was an hour into my journey at that point. I was like, I'm sorry that I needed to pee again. I was like, it would be nice if the, I don't know if the bus had a toilet, not that I'd probably use it because I don't like public toilets because they're dirty. I used one. Oh my God. I had to literally sanitize everything for hours.
Did you?
Yeah. I literally, I was with Nicola that day. I literally sanitized my clothes and I quote 52 times.
Bloody hell, that's a lot.
I wasn't convinced they were clean after 2. So 52 later. I'm like, Nicola's like, I think they're clean now. I'm like, I'm not convinced they're clean.
Well, yeah, but isn't that your OCD talking though?
And then Nicola's like, you're not putting them back in the washing machine again. I was like, she's like, you put them in the washing machine 52 fucking times. They're fucking clean. Nicola's brother come in from work and he was like, why does the house? He was like, the house smells of like washing liquid. He goes, why does it smell of washing liquid? And Nicola goes, because this one here has been washing her clothes 52 times. He looked at me. He was like, why have you pushed your clothes 52 times? He's like, I had to use a disgusting public toilet and I'm not convinced they're clean. He looks at me, he goes, I'll put them back in the washing machine one more time, but then they're clean. Nicholas likes to go, don't give in to her. They're fucking clean. They've been in the washing machine 52 fucking times. Her mum's like going, she's like, why is the washing machine going again? Nicola's going, because this one won't fucking stop washing her clothes. I'm like, I'll pay you that 52 fucking times I've used the washing machine. It's fine. I'll pay you for it. And then I cleaned her wardrobe at 2 a.m. while she was asleep. Oh no, I actually did. I cleaned her wardrobe at 2 a.m. while she was sleeping. I emptied the entire wardrobe, cleaned it, put everything back. She hated me in the morning.
Did she? Why did she hate you the next day?
She looked at me and she opened her wardrobe to get something. She's like, "You fucking cleaned my wardrobe." Like, yes, I did. Can I quote? It was fucking dirty. I couldn't sleep. I was like, nah, it has to get fucking clean. She's like, it was fun. She's like, what time did you start cleaning it? I was like, 2 a.m. She's like, it's fucking 2 a.m. She's like, stop cleaning my shit. I like my shit the way it is. I was like, I don't know. I'm in this room. You're going to have to deal with it. And she's like, go clean my brother's. I cleaned her brother's. He came home from work and I quote, he goes, who's been in my room? Nicola's like, Chelsea. He's like, he comes in the room. He's like, why have you been in my room? I cleaned your wardrobe. Why did you clean my wardrobe? Nicola's wardrobe was messy and so was yours, so I cleaned it for you. He's like, please stop cleaning my wardrobe. He knows now just that I probably will clean it. So he just doesn't even try and fight it anymore. He's just like, he's like, have you cleaned my wardrobe? I'm like, yeah. Yes, I have. I left a random note going, it was me in the wardrobe. I just left a random post-it note stuck to something. He messaged me from Nicola's Facebook. He goes, why did I find this post-it note in my wardrobe? Because I cleaned your wardrobe. Doesn't it look nice now? He goes, please stop. He's like, please stop cleaning my wardrobe and please stop leaving me letters in my wardrobe. I'm like, keep it clean then and I won't have to do it. I stuck a creepy doll in his freaking thing. It took him a week to find it. He could just hear voices in his wardrobe, didn't know what it was. He was like, he messaged me from Nicola's account. He's like, what have you put in my wardrobe? Why does it keep making sounds? I'm like, don't know what you're on about. I've done nothing. Don't know what you're hearing. I'm like, are you going mad? He found it in the end. He's like, stop fucking putting Tiffany in my wardrobe. I'm like, she's going to go back in there if you keep. I'm like, if it's not clean, she's going back in there. He's like, I'll keep it clean. If it's not. I was like to Nicola, I was like, do I need to put Tiffany back in there? Like, I can do it. I'll turn up when he's not there. I'm like to him, I'm like, you forget I have a house key. I can get in at any time, whether you're home or not. And he's like, please don't. I'm like, I'll do it. I'm like, he didn't know that Sky was in his wardrobe the other day. He shit himself. Because Sky moved and he was like, he thought it was Tiffany. He was like, fucking shit. It was Sky. I was like, no, it's just a cat. Sky's now decided to sleep in a wardrobe. It's now her new hiding place. Nicola couldn't find her for an hour. And she called me and she's like, I don't want to know where Sky is. I was like, it's not outside. She's like, nah, she's in the house. Don't know where. All Nicola hears is meowing coming from her wardrobe. And I'm like, I think that might be Sky. Opens the wardrobe door. Sky's just there like, hello. Like, there she is. In the wardrobe. She's like, I'm like, how long has she been in the wardrobe? She's like, I have no fucking clue. It's like she could be in the wardrobe for ages, could be in the wardrobe for 2 hours, who knows? Like, yay.
Right, Charles, I'm gonna call her a night now, right? Because it's like 12:30 and I am getting a bit tired.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so I'll see you when I do my next live. I'm not sure when it is. Let me go on. Hang on. If I go on to Restream, it'll tell me when my next scheduled live is. Obviously, I don't want to close out of this one yet because I got to say bye and all the rest of it. Because the thing is, I'm doing it as every other week for the time being.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm not going to be doing any lives now next week. So
Yeah.
um,
Guess sometimes it gives you a break though as well to sort of like do other things.
yeah. So my next live stream will be on the 23rd of this month,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it does give me a nice little break. Like, do you get me?
Yeah, that you're not like you don't have to feel like you have to do them every night. Because I feel like some people don't mind doing them, but then like other people may be a bit like, oh, but then you can't do certain things that you may want to do.
Like I wouldn't mind doing it every night, but it's like it's the fact as well that I don't get many people in.
Yeah, so it's like you don't really want to, and also it's like you then feel like it's an obligation to have to do them all the time.
Yeah, so I just thought it'd be easy for me to do them like every other week. So now next week now I won't do any. Then the week after,
Yeah, that's what I've done with my videos, but I'm debating changing my upload schedule maybe at some point.
okay. What are you thinking of changing it to?
I'm debating whether to do it like every Sunday rather than like every other Sunday because I don't mind doing them every other Sunday at the moment, but I'm kind of thinking like, would it be easier just to do one like every week? Because I still have enough videos that I could still not run out for a while.
Yeah, because I mean doing them, especially as well because you've got over 100 videos which you still haven't published.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not really like that's why it took me a while to come back because I was like, I didn't want to have like because my aim was I would come back when I got like 60 like videos like pre-filmed and like uploaded but not like published to YouTube. And then I thought like I didn't want to come back then because I was like, oh well, then I'd run out a lot quicker. And because of like work and that, I was like, oh, there may be nights where I don't want to film or I'm ill, so obviously I wouldn't film. So then I sort of was like, I'll build them up a bit more and then come back. But obviously, every other week has been fine for now uploading, but I may change it to like every week.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, right? If you've got over how many videos have you actually got in your video manager now which you haven't published?
Like literally over like I think I've got like I have 106 that are literally that are literally not even uploaded.
Because if you think about it, right, there's 52 weeks in a year, yeah?
Yeah,
So you've got literally, if you were to stick with doing it every other Sunday, you've literally got over 2 years worth of videos, which you know.
yeah,
Whereas if you do it every single Sunday, like like you can still keep it up every single Sunday. Like, do you get me?
yeah.
Mrs. No, but hello. The stream's about to end.
Okay.
Sorry, but you've come in at the wrong time. um, yeah, I'm gonna go now and have a drink and get into bed.
Yeah.
You know, and
May as
I'll
well.
and my next one will be on the 23rd. I think I just said, wasn't it? Yeah, the 23rd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
23rd.
yeah, that was it. Yeah, right. Thanks for coming on.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of company, to be honest.
I know. Sometimes, like, if you do lives like by yourself, it's like unless you get a lot of people come in, like obviously it's quite boring because you're just there like on your own.
I know this is why, like, I wanted to do live streams with OBS, but I was trying to think of ideas of what I can do for the live.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just to make them like a bit different kind of thing. Because I'm gonna do live streams, but obviously I'm not gonna do them for a while until I get enough people.
Because like the if you wanted to come on a live stream that I'm doing with OBS, the only way you would be able to do that would be if you came on Skype and you called me up through Skype.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So which you haven't been on Skype for a while.
Yeah, I still have Skype on my iPad. Like I had to use it for a freaking like one of my family members like wanted to speak to me through it, and because they prefer freaking Skype, I had to re-download it because I forgot that I deleted it off my iPad because I just didn't use it for a while.
Yeah, if you got the one on your laptop.
Yeah, I downloaded it on my laptop because I thought, oh, like if I ever need it for anything, I'd rather have it on both. Because like I did have OBS for a while, and then randomly all of a sudden, like I went to open it once to do a video, because I was going to do like a live stream of me playing a game, but obviously I had to link my OBS to the PlayStation, and my
Right.
OBS decided that it just gave me a fucking error. I've never seen the error in my fucking life. Goes that my GPU doesn't support it. And I'm looking, going, well, it opened literally the day before this error came up, and I was like, why? So I like deleted it, tried to re-download it on my laptop, still gives me the same error, and I goes, my GPU is fine. There's nothing wrong with my GPU in my laptop. Literally worked the day before I wanted to film something, and then when I went to film it, it was like, yeah, nah, don't want to work. And I was like, great.
Yeah, it's really because like my OBS. I'll show you quickly before we end this. Where's the see my OBS? It works completely fine.
Yeah, I mean, like I've had the odd errors come up with it where it's like, obviously the GPU one was just one random one, and then I had one while I was filming something. It just decided like it would stop filming halfway through for no reason. Didn't touch anything.
Yes, I know. I've got OBS 30 point.
I can't even remember what version I had, but I was like, that's what I don't understand. Is like mine was weird. Mine just doesn't work anymore. I need to try and think. I may just download a like older version because I had that with Unity before. Like I tried to download the latest version and it just wouldn't work for some random reason.
Yeah, it's really weird because my one works completely fine.
Yeah, I'm like I don't know, mine just doesn't. So I'm like, I downloaded like another like screen sharing thing, but I don't really like it very much. It's not what I'm used to. I just fucking hate like how like when I go and finish it, like to try and find the video, it's inside the actual application, which I don't
Was
like.
I even sharing my screen then when I was showing you that?
Yeah.
I was I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it was showing up properly then. Because when I closed out of OBR, unless it automatically stops sharing my screen when I closed out of OBS. You know, that could have been it. It could have just, you know. But yeah, right. Chelsea, I'm definitely gonna say goodnight now, right?
Yeah.
I've been saying that for the past like 5 minutes. We've just stayed chatting. Right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Right. See you on the flip side.